Sounding mighty fine, Mr. Allison.
What's going on, Mr. Divine? How are you?
I'm doing fine, sir. How are you?
Good.
And how are you all
Yeah.
in the chat? I've got a big TV screen here. Just check that. Like, I wish you guys could see it. It's huge. It's huge. I have the chat. So, since I have this ginormous TV screen here, please, in the chat, in my huge chat right here, please let me know. Can you hear us? Can you see us?
Can you hear us? Can you see us?
We're going a bit late today. We have been plagued by technical issues over the last few days, and we've just been swapping out the tech on the back end. Hey, Caleb from Oklahoma. Caleb's in the chat. Hey, ROZ602. Hey, Chevy.
Fantastic.
All good. Beautiful. Yes, 10 out of 10 visual and audio. Thank you, Caleb. Beautiful. Me too.
Ooh, P-Base of Doom in the house.
Oh, P-Base of Doom. I wonder if I'll ever get rid of this.
You better not.
I know. I think it would. I'd probably really regret this. Oh, Clay Johnson. Hey, Clay. How's it going?
Hey, Clay. Good
I was
to see
watching
you,
one of
man.
your videos the other day, Clay. Inside the Full Stack Bassist. I was like snooping around and seeing what people was doing. I was watching your video.
I love it.
Everybody good?
Yeah.
We've got
Ed's
Paul,
in
we've
the
got
house.
John, we've got Keith. Hey, Keith. Keith Peverly. Peverly? Like, rhymes with Pebbody. We've got a Keith Pebbody who teaches with SBL.
We do,
And we've got
that's
Keith Peverly in the chat. Got Kevin Lawrence. Hey, Kevin Lawrence. In Philly, Caleb, never get rid of that bass. Horde. Yeah, amazing. So check it out. You know, as you might imagine, today we are going to be talking about the pentatonic scale, the art of the pentatonic scale. Maybe the most useful scale on the bass. Not the most important. I think the most important is the major scale, but I think the most useful is the pentatonic scale, right? It comes
I like that.
comes in the major form. We're going to go over these fingerings with you. Also comes in the minor form.
Ooh, come on, man.
I don't know. You guys let me know in the chat. Which is your favorite? Which do you feel most comfortable with in the chat? Major pentatonic or minor pentatonic?
Mm-hmm.
Which do you feel most at home with?
Which one do you feel most at home with?
Oh, minor.
Minor. I feel like I do too. That thing of like starting from pinky.
Exactly that. Yeah.
That thing. That kind of like almost sort of blue scale.
Oh, can you remember?
minor
Can you
pentatonic.
remember the first time you learned it when you were a kid? Oh,
It does. It just sounds so funky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it sounds so cool, doesn't it? What about you guys? Well, John's saying major. Paul's saying minor feels more stanky. Major
Yeah.
for me. What about you, Mattia? Mattia's just getting on with this. He's saying hi, but what do you think, Mattia? Oh my word, we've even got a Jack. Give Jack a shout out behind the scenes. We've got a poll going on here. Major pentatonic or minor pentatonic? What are you saying? What do you feel most comfortable with?
Oh, so fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I just took the poll.
I'm gonna
put
do
in
the
minor.
poll.
So far, minor pentatonic is winning. Do we want to chat about these fingerings, Scott, for like major, minor?
Yeah, well, let's just sort of like cue up what we're going to be doing today, why we're showing
Yeah.
it, why we're doing this, and then let's get into the fingerings. And most importantly, what we want to do is we want to jump into the art of bassline creation with you today, and talk about how to approach bassline creation specifically today through the lens of the pentatonic scale. But if you've ever been in a situation where you don't really know how to create your own bassline, it's going to be great for you. In fact, on the gig last night, I was at a gig last night. This girl that comes down every month to hang out. She was down. She's a bass player, and she was like, "Listen, I'm really struggling with creating my own bass lines," and it really made me think that it's so easy to assume that like everybody's got this bassline creation thing down. It's actually really common for people not to know how to create their own bass lines, and we're going to be showing you a real cool formula today to just get into how to do this. And also, the reason we're doing this today as well is to give you a taster of what it's like to be part of the guided practice sessions. we've got a program called the Full Stack Bassist, which is our version of like going to college, going to sort of like an online college, right? College course. It's with Ian and I. We created the curriculum together. It's a 12-month transformational program for players that are in the sort of like high beginner to intermediate stage of their playing journey on the bass. And we put this course together to really people that are ready to go all in. So there's a full 12-month curriculum. There's also something we call the Pro Skills Workshops, which touch on all of the softer skills of being a pro musician, like ear training and chart writing and learning songs and all of that stuff that you generally don't learn online. So it's a full 12-month curriculum based on all of that, but also baseline creation, technique, style, like how to approach different styles, all of that. But as part of the program, we do these things called weekly guided practice sessions. Okay, we do 2 a week, weekly guided practice sessions, and that's when everybody jumps online and practices together and does that. And we're going to take you through a weekly guided practice session right now on this call to give you a taster of what it's like and how we like to approach this. And if you do want to check out the course, just go to fullstackbassist.com. We'll have a link down below as well. Jack, if we haven't got a link, just hit us up with a link in the description as well. And go check it out, fullstackbassist.com. But 2 important things to give you a heads up about. Number 1 is that we just added a brand new bonus to the program, right? Brand new bonus of 6 months extra coaching and guided practice sessions, which means you get the 12 months that's included in the program and then an extra 6 months, which converts it from a 12-month program to an 18-month program, which is really incredible because it means that you can really chill, take your time going through the curriculum, and you're going to have somebody by your side guiding you every single step of the way, through the 18 months. Okay, so that's number 1. We've added a new bonus in, and that's absolutely free. And then the second thing is it closes for enrollment this week. It is closing so this is the 2025 cohort. We only do this once a year. It is closing up at the end of this week. So if you do want to, check it out, fullstackbassist.com. With that said, let's get into it. So
let's do it.
Yeah. Do you want to start with the rhythmic thing, Ian, or do you want to jump straight into the baseline creation pentatonics thing? Like yesterday, we ran through a guided practice session as well. We were doing some rhythmic stuff. I don't know. Should we let the people vote, Ian?
Sure.
Do you
let the people vote?
What's more important to you, rhythm or bass lines? Or and let
Wait
me
a minute.
and let me just put it out there. Rhythm's super important. And
Those things are intertwined.
Yeah, exactly. It's almost like a I'm kind of tricking you guys asking that question. What do you want us to jump into first, rhythm or pentatonics? You should go rhythm first. Go rhythm first. It will set you up for a success.
While you're deciding, guys, it's really fun to see the chat. People saying, full stack, join the program here. Full stacker here, Andrew, great course. Full stack bass is sick. Going through Ian's groove module the other day. That's Jazz Moss.
Oh,
in
it's Jazz.
The house.
Hey,
yeah,
Jazz.
Man, that's awesome. What's up, Jazz? Yeah, very cool. Rhythm, a lot of rhythms. Let's do it.
It's all about the rhythm. Why is rhythm more important, Ian?
I'll tell you why rhythm is more important. I'm going to demonstrate it to you right now. So check it out. Like if I took 2 pitches, these 2 pitches. Well, those are the notes. Those are pitches. But do they sound like this bass line? Right? This is My Girl by the Temptations. That bass line is absolutely just 2 notes, but it's also about the rhythm. Now, but if I just play this, the same pitches, but just out of order, out of rhythm, you're not getting My Girl. But I bet if I did this, right? Guys, this sort of sounds like My Girl. Your brain kind of fills in the notes. So I think a bass line has to have the combination. Obviously, you need notes and pitches, but you have to have rhythms as well, right? So with the guided practice sessions, in the Full Stack Bassist, we divide it up into 3 categories where we're working on rhythms, then we're working on some theoretical exercise that we're going through in real time in the program. Today, we'll have that, of course, be pentatonics. And then at the end, we make a bass line out of those 2 things combined. Scott, do you want me to fire this thing off and dive in to the rhythms?
I'm smiling because somebody's saying Bluesberry Smoothie is saying, hello, Baldies. Bluesberry, hello. I hope that you're a fellow Baldy. Otherwise,
Otherwise, how shocking!
How dare you?
How dare you?
I will cry myself to sleep on my pillow tonight. Yeah. So let's jump into the rhythm thing. Yeah, and it's
cool.
It's I guess sort of like just one last thing to say on the rhythm thing before we dive into this is that when people talk to me and Ian about bassline creation, and we say, listen, think rhythm first. Mm-hmm. People are like, what do you even mean? Right? And the idea here is you can separate it out. So you don't need to, like, it's really common when, as bass players, we're always thinking about notes, right? Where are we on the fingerboard? What scale is this supposed to be? Am I supposed to be using arpeggios? Oh no, it's a pentatonics, whatever, right? We're all consumed about the notes and the chords and stuff like that, right? And where we fall down is that we don't have a strong rhythmical concept. So, and what happens is that means if you don't have a strong rhythmical concept, a really strong idea of like, hey, I want to create this bass line. This is a strong idea rhythmically, right? What happens is when you start playing that bass line idea that you've got, it generally sounds a bit shit because it's not strong rhythmically.
Right.
You might be playing the right notes, but it just sounds lame. And it's a real tell for people, especially in that beginner to intermediate stage. They're playing the right notes, but it just sounds a bit like, It's because they're weak on the rhythmical side. They're not thinking rhythm first. So get that idea, and we're going to get more into this as we go through this practice session, right? Get a real strong rhythmical idea, then you can add your notes to it, and it will sound like an incredible bass line. You could, and we'll show you a bunch of different ideas. Anyway, Ian, take it, do your thing.
Yeah, let's do it. So guys, grab your bass. Let's dive in. This, if you do the work today, right now, grab the bass, watch the replay, whatever it is. If you don't have your bass, that's fine. If you do this work, you will emerge half an hour later a better bass player. I promise you. I guarantee you that. So let's dive in. I've got a click at 70. Turn it on. We're just going to go through some simple rhythm exercises, right? We're going to start out and play whole notes. What I want you to do is just syncopate in your body. I'm bouncing a leg. 1, 2, 3, 4. In eighth notes, but I'm only playing a whole note. Playing G. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2. Give me a couple of whole notes. 1, 2. One more. Here.
You guys do this
half
too.
Notes. Here we go. So 1, 2, 3. What I'm looking for is hitting the click dead on. 1, 2, 3. Not this. Not in front of it. Not that. Not behind it. Dead on it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Great. Let's move to quarter notes. Ready? So that's 1, 2, 3. Playing slow quarters with a click is actually really difficult. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. You try it. 1, 2, 3. If you're like, this is so easy, are you nailing it? Are you nailing it? Right on. 1, 2, 3. Okay. After this, we're going to move to eighth notes. Are we ready? Here we go. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now this should match, this matches what I'm bouncing with my leg right now. And 3 and 4 and 2 and 3. You do it. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and. Can we play just the offbeats? 1 and 2.
Oh.
And 2 and 3 and. You try it. And. Let's try this. Can we bounce? Can we Pinot bounce? Short, long, short, long, short, long, short, long. You try it. 1 and 2 and 3 and. Okay. Now can we play triplets? Ready? Here we go. So triplet, 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 triplet. Can we do it? Can you do it? Triplet, 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 triplet. I'll go back to it. Triplet, triplet. Great. Okay, I'm going to move it to 16th notes. We ready? Here we go. 1, 2, here come 16ths.
Nice.
1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and. Can we do that? You play some for me? 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and. Now I'm just gonna play the 1 E and of each beat. Let's try that. So it'll go 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and.
Oh yeah.
1 E and 2 E and. Okay, we try that together. Let's do some of this. Where let's do E and of each beat. Ready? So 1 E and 2 E and
Oh.
Cool. Let's go back to 8th notes. And we're going to take it back home. Ready? Now quarters. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Let's take it to half notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Let's take it back down to whole notes. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. 2 more. 1, 2. Last one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cool. Okay, so check it out. We're not done yet. We're not done yet. Now I'm going to take we got requests in the chat for you to do a lot of sweep picking. Scott.
Oh my word.
That's so funny. Like exactly the opposite thing of what we're talking about right now.
Yeah. Nate Navarro is the sweep pick. He's just like, but I can do like.
We'll get you fired on like 98% of your gigs.
Dude, I think it's more like 99, but there you go.
So check it out. Let's take that to the next to this next level where let's take a pentatonic scale and put the metronome exercise through that, and then we're going to break down the pentatonic forms.
Yeah, can I just say one thing as well, Ian? Just while you just like racking that up. Listen, like that thing that Ian was doing there was like, it seems super simple. Like 95% of bass players need to do that thing every single day.
Yeah.
Like that's just the reality, because as you're moving through those subdivisions, especially from like into the triplets, then to the 16th, back to the triplets, then down again, like you really need to have like a strong internal clock, right? You need to have that. This is what separates great players from the not so great. It's what separates people from sounding like they're like inexperienced to people that sound experienced. It is this thing. It's time. Yes. It's time, right? It's actually not sort of like crazy technique, because somebody can play something super simple on bass and it can sound whack or it can sound incredible. Same on drums. You can, like I can play that sort of like beginner drum beat, right? Yes. But when somebody like an incredible drummer plays it and they've got that time locked in, it sounds incredible. So it really is like working on your time is really important. Side note, that is why Ian created a whole module about it actually a whole 2 modules about it in the Full Stack Bassist. So if you do want to go check it out at fullstackbassist.com. We'll have a link around somewhere as well. You can read about those modules and how Ian takes you through that step by step. Rhythm is incredibly, incredibly important. If I could rewind time and work on something, it wouldn't be technique. That's what I was working on. I should have been working on my time as much, right? So I'm doing that. I'm going back and I'm doing it now. I'm working on this stuff every single day that I'm practicing the bass. I've got, I use drum machines. I've got metronomes on. I'm really working on my time because it's so important. Anyway, by the way, chat, love to see some your love for Yorkshire in the chat there. We've got Totally Carl there, literally drinking Yorkshire Gold, he says. Then Andrew saying, Yorkshire. Come on, Yorkshire. Give me a shout in the chat.
You know, we got Totally Kyle in the chat saying I have a potato for an internal clock. Well, listen, Kyle. Listen, Totally Kyle. You might turn that potato into an actual clock if you do some of this stuff.
I can't see. Oh, Chevy. Hey, Chevy Todd. He said, my private instructor has me practicing rhythm, but I'm not allowed to tap my foot or nod my head. It's so freaking hard. So listen, I've got two differing opinions on this. It depends on where you are as a player. Right? It's like when I sit down with somebody who's in maybe the earlier phases of their bass playing journey, and when I say earlier phases, I mean like well into the intermediate stage, well in, right? It's really important that you can actually tap your foot. You can play all of these subdivisions, and you can really tap your foot. You can nod your head, right? And I'm playing really syncopated. My foot is just, I'm keeping that, like that locked in. There is an argument. There has been books written about it by fancy or extremely talented jazz piano players that say don't rely on your body to actually keep this sort of like an external time that you lock in with. I've read those books. I kind of agree to a certain extent with what was being said in them, but it should be a choice after you can do all of that thing and lock in and feel the groove and tap your foot and stuff like that, because there are players who can't do that, right? There are players who, if I'm like, oh, play this syncopated line, now make sure you tap your foot as you're doing that, they can't do that. Right. That is a big red flag, okay? So all that to say, I do agree with your tutor to a certain extent, but it's very dependent on where you are in your journey as a bass player. Anyway, with that said, Ian, take it away.
Yeah. All right, cool. So let's just keep going. We're going to break down these pentatonic shapes for you in a moment, but some of you out there are going to know this. So let's do this. Here's a fun way to combine some of these shapes with a click. So I've got my click at 80 now. What I'm going to do, let's just start here. I'm going to play a measure of quarters, half eighths, half 16ths. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take this rhythmic phrase through a pentatonic scale. Okay, so G major. Are we ready? You can watch me do it, then join me. Here we go. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I rushed it a little there at the end. That was better. Got it?
Can you just break that fingering down for us here? Is that cool?
Yes, I can, for sure, yeah. So, some of you will be like, whoa, what is happening there? And all that's happening is just a G major pentatonic. Let's break it down. All you need to do this are the sick rock horns. I'm just using fingers 1 and 4. Some of you might use fingers 1 and 3, but I'm going to recommend 1 and 4.
Give me some rock horns in that chat, people. Hey, it's Gary Jackson in the chat. Give me some rock horns, Mr. Jackson.
And then check it out, guys. Your middle 2 fingers are just sort of along for the ride. So you're not lifting them up off the bass. Like they're just they're very close by. So all I'm doing is I'm playing a G, A, I'm shifting up to the B. But look, my hand still stays in the same shape. D, E on the A string, G. And that's the first octave. Look at that. So, I mean, immediately.
Oh.
Right? I mean, just playing that scale with a little bit of rhythm makes the guitar part for my girl, right? So we're going up. Now from here, the whole pattern just continues. Watch. You do exactly the same thing. Whole step. Shifting whole step. Okay, onto the G string. And then did I come up here?
Yeah, you went all
what
to...
did I...
That's it, yeah, all the way to that top
E.
Yeah,
all the way to the top E. Okay? So then, you could finish it out by going to the G, but in that exercise, we played quarter, 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 then eighth, 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 eighth. I didn't go to the top E. I think I just went to the D. just to make it work. How we doing? How's Alan in the studio right now?
Oh, yeah, Alan's saying he can switch now. He's like, he's switching.
Oh, he's getting confident out there.
Oh, he's getting confident.
I love it. I love it. Okay, guys, so check that out. So now we know this fingering, okay? Right? Now let's try it with the click again. 1, 2, 3. We're going to play quarter, 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 then eighths. Then down the whole thing in 16ths. Woo! Some fast shifting. And you don't have to do it this fast, okay? But what you're aiming for is really nice, even syncopation between that whole thing, right? And Scott, do you want to show the in position form as well, in case people want to check out the scale without the shifting?
So the shifting version that Ian was doing was this. Oh. Yeah, then. If you want to do it all in one position, it's just right here. So just think about a major scale. Yeah, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. But you get rid of some notes. You get rid of the fourth note. So you play the first note, the second note, the third note. Get rid of the fourth. You play the fifth. You play the sixth. You get rid of the seventh. And you play the octave.
Yeah. Yes, exactly right.
Yeah.
And that scale is everywhere. It's in bass lines, it's in fills. Of course, you can solo using that scale. I mean, and we're just using the major pentatonic right now. But do you want to move on, Scott?
Let's create some bass lines. We want you guys to create some bass lines with us. So if you've got your bass, great. If you haven't got your bass, I want you to pick up your air bass.
Yeah, that's right.
I've heard they're pretty cheap these days. Or you can come back afterwards. I know. I've got the jokes too. I've got
dad jokes.
Dad jokes, yeah. Or you can come back afterwards with your bass. And really, like, if you're watching this right now, you haven't got your bass, please come back afterwards. Do this. It's way more valuable than watching cat videos on Instagram, I promise. And come and create your very own bass line. It's going to be really cool. Ian's got this whole exercise that he's going to run through. And it'd be great to get you back here.
Yeah, let's try it. So we can just take this major pentatonic and build a bass line. I mean, and it doesn't have to be complicated. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to fire up a groove on the old SBL Groove Trainer. Ding! Right? Let's get it going. How's that drum level for you, Mr. Divine?
It's nice. The snare drum is especially nice.
Yeah. So if I'm thinking about this... Now this doesn't sound like a bass line. I'm just playing that same scale. Why? Because I'm not using any rhythms or space. I'm just playing pitches. So maybe what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the bass down for a minute and I'm gonna think about a rhythm, right? Instead of thinking about all the pitches of the scale, what if I want to hear so bom bom that's kind of what I want to hear, and I think I know what it wants to be. I would not have played that in a million years.
And so check this out. See how Ian came? He had the rhythmical idea first, right? Remember what we were talking about here, how to create bass lines, right? He had the rhythmical idea first. He listened to the track and he was inspired by this like rhythmical idea, and then he just added the notes to it. So it was like and something really interesting he did. This is on a G major pentatonic, right? He didn't play G as the first note. I imagine many of you, if I'd asked you to play a bass line, you would have been like, in G, you would have been like, okay, you're going to start with G, right?
Yeah.
You don't need to. You can use other notes. So that Was that it? Something like that, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly it.
So now an example of what we were talking about earlier is you get the rhythmical idea first, right? And then you can just add whatever notes to it, right? So we can, let me just do something as an example, and then we want you to do the same, right? We're going to
I'll fire up the groove for you.
Yeah, maybe we come up with the rhythm, and then they add the notes, right?
That's cool.
So,
That's
but
cool.
let me do da ga da ga 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 go. So bit to bit so so I can do this, right? This is going to sound completely different.
Yeah.
Woo.
Totally. Same rhythm, different notes, completely different.
Yeah, completely different notes, right? From the same collection of notes, say that G major pentatonic, but Ian's was. Mine was.
Yes.
Another one.
Getting fancy.
Or
hip. Yeah. I was going to say too, the rhythm does not mean you need to play a different note for every rhythm. And Scott just demonstrated that lovely, right?
Yeah.
So you could even just like, if you have the drum groove, right. And listen, don't hear us saying, like, you don't have to take all the aspects of the scale. You could play this too, right? You could play. Right?
Arguably, I think I like that one, man. That's the one. Oh.
So the notes don't need to be complicated, right? In order to make a groove, you can hang out on one note and make it groove. You can also, let me just say this, you can also make a very simple rhythm. Like what if I just played beats 2, 3, and 4? That's it. So like 1, 2, like 1, 2, 3, 4, and let a bar go by. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let another bar go by. And last one.
Oh.
That could be cool too, right? 1, 3, 1. Last bar.
Yeah.
Right? So that's, I am literally playing quarter notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 3 quarter notes. And I just played different pieces, different 3-note chunks of the pentatonic scale, right? So it's really simple to do. You just have to do it a lot. And we're going to give you an opportunity right now to do it. So if you have your bass.
Do you want to come up with the rhythm?
I think you should come up with the rhythm.
I'll come up with something too complicated. I don't trust myself. I'll be like,
okay, yeah. Let's keep it kind of chill. So I'll come up with a rhythm and I'll play an example, and then I'm going to let you guys get to it for a couple minutes.
Okay, so
we're just going to let
you come up with the rhythm. Yeah.
I'll play the groove. What if it's? We could do 1, 2, and 3, and 4. It could be like. Might be cool. A little 16th note at the end.
Got it.
So that would be 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Okay, maybe that's the rhythm. 2 and 3, 4. If that last 16th note is too tricky, you could do that as well. But I think 1, 2 and 3, 4 is kind of cool, right? So maybe I'd play. Now I'm going to think about notes to put in with that. And And then I want to hear. So I'm thinking about. And then I want to hear. Right? And then the last one. Okay. Or maybe.
I love that.
Answer it again. Last one. Maybe that's the tune. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Can we do that?
So that's the rhythmical idea.
Yeah. If you want to use that as a jumping off point, great. Also, if you want to do your own thing, that's fine too. 2 minutes starts right now. Scott and I are just going to like this. G major pentatonic. Start with a rhythmic idea first.
Can you just sing that rhythmic idea as well for us, just as a reminder, Ian? Oh, yeah.
You could also put them back to back. Scott's gonna work. Are you gonna work on a line? Lucas, absolutely. This is the great Nate Wood. This is actually a groove in the Groove Trainer called Sting Like a Bee. SBL Groove Trainer. Come on now. It's free. And Roz, yeah, I've done a couple of different lines, but using the same rhythm. That's an amazing thing. You can put different notes to the same rhythm, and all of a sudden, you get a bass line that spans. You got a line, Divine?
I'm just seeing if I can get the Groove Trainer.
Yeah, Clay Johnson. RIP live class. This was our vibe, man. All right, guys. We're going to do 8 more bars. 8, 7, 6. Record the bass line if you haven't already. If you like it, so you don't forget it. 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hey, I just want to give everybody a shout and say that if you participated in this, you are better than you were about a half an hour ago. You absolutely are. So thanks for doing this. Scott, do you have a bass line for us that you can demonstrate?
Yeah, I do. I added something in. To the rhythm.
Couldn't help it?
Yeah, I couldn't help it. My rhythm was like 1, 2, 3, 4. Ba, 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 ba.
Yeah.
Zababada.
Great.
Ba, 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 ba. Zabababa.
Cool.
Right. Can you hear this? Let me see.
No, sadly, no.
No, you can't hear it, can you? Oh,
I got you.
Oh.
I can hear it great.
I did this.
Cool. Turn those drums up a little, Divine. Just on the slider on the Groove Trainer.
Better?
Come on. Yeah.
Here we go.
Play that bass line again. Hell yeah. Hey, let me ask you something. That's so hip. Why did you say ah?
I just like, it wasn't in the pocket. It was just slightly out.
Your da-ga-ga-ga, your 1 E and a 2 E, a 3 E and, that's a 3 E and. Yeah. That was just a little front side.
Yeah.
And you felt it.
Yeah, exactly
in
that.
real time, and you went, because you felt it. Yeah. And Musa's asking, are you sliding to the third? Or like, how are you getting that, sound?
So over that, I'm G major pentatonic, right? So I'm going, and again, I'm just like, I'm always trying to, for me specifically, I'm trying to like, okay, I've got this collection of notes. How can I do something new with it, right? So I'm going, not so new there. So it's up to the third chromatically. Boo, boo, boo. So I went up to the third chromatically, 5, and then I played to the 9, which is in the scale, the G major pentatonic. So boo, 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 dee. And then I went. So I played 5 root, 5 3.
Ooh, all chord tones.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Ooh, man. But with this cool muted thumb thing.
Yeah, because Ian and I were talking, we were just like messing around with it. Yeah, earlier I was trying to get this muted kind of like thing going on. Yeah, so and then I was going. Instead of I was going. Yeah, like that.
Dang. So man, that is great.
So check it out. Like, and all of this was from one rhythm.
Yes.
So start thinking rhythm first. Get that rhythmical concept like locked in, because it'll stop you sounding like that. That amateur sound. You know what I mean? Like it stops you sounding like that. It's not going to come overnight. It's going to take work. Of course, because everything worth it, is going to take work to, otherwise everybody would do it, right? But it's not like, it's not going to take sort of like, like years. It's something, if you work on this for the next few months, it's really, really going to change the sound of your playing to other people. When they're like, oh, you'll sound much more confident. You'll sound like a stronger musician, a stronger bass player. And again, if you want to dive in, and do this kind of stuff every single week. We do our live practice sessions as part of the Full Stack Bassist. You should check out the program. It ends enrollment this Sunday. There's no more enrollment for 2025. If you haven't heard of the Full Stack Bassist before, you can check it out at fullstackbassist.com. And it's like a 12-month, online college program with Ian and I teaching it. For bass players that are really really ready to go sort of like all in or super serious about it. But, it doesn't take sort of like, I'm not saying you need to, it's not like time-wise. It's not going to take you sort of like 10 hours a week. If you can spare like 30 to 40 minutes a day, 4 or 5 days a week, you'll be golden. And we'd love for you to go check it out. And also, 2 more things. We added in 6 months of guided practice sessions on top of the already 12 months. So we do this twice a week, what you're doing right now. We do this twice a week as part of a way to guide you through the curriculum. But also we've added on another 6 months. So now you get 18 months of weekly guided practice sessions as part of the program. And there was something else I needed to tell you, but I can't remember what it was. Can't have been that important.
Hit him with that URL again, dude.
Yeah, fullstackbassist.com. Fullstackbassist.com. Oh, that's what I was going to say. It comes with a 12-month guarantee as well. Because, well, it's kind of mad, but because think about it, you can basically take the entire program, and then if it doesn't rock your world in every single way, you can just ask for a refund, right? That's because we believe in the program that much to do that. So if you are on the fence or anything like that, that is kind of there as a safety net. So you can give it a go. You can go through that, do 4 weeks to 8 weeks. You can do the full 12 months. And if it doesn't rock your world, then you can just ask for a refund and we'll give you it. No questions asked. So you should check it out, fullstackbassist.com. It ends enrollment for 2025. The 2025 cohort ends on Sunday. And then we all kick off together like a college class. So yeah, would love to see you there. Anything, any other closing comments, Mr. Allison?
I just think that if you are trying to do this on your own, it's almost impossible. there's so many distractions. Getting in the shed, so to speak, right? To use a term that you coined, Scott Devine.
Damn right.
Getting in the shed and actually doing this with a group of people, having you led through this work, coming to the guided practice. Like, again, if you watch this on replay, you did this in real time, you're a little bit better than you were previous. And that compounds over time. So if you're finally serious, if you're like, I've been kind of trying to do this on my own, I took a couple lessons, whatever, I bought some books on Amazon, and it's really hard. This gives you a really nice combination of a curriculum, a trajectory, and accountability. And that's huge, right? You need a curriculum to follow. You need a trajectory. You need to see where you're going. And then you need some accountability, showing up for these live class sessions. Sorry, these guided practice sessions. Yeah. That's what you've got, right? That's what this program, the Full Stack Basis, gives you. So,
yeah, it gives you a roadmap, essentially. Yeah. Like we were on a live stream the other day. I said to Ian, well, I said to the actual audience, I'm going to tell you guys right now, some of you might have been there the other day, right? Who in the chat has been to like a city like New York or London? Let me know in the chat. Have you been to a city like New York or London? I know you guys are like 20 seconds behind. We need some sort of like incidental music to kind of sort of like guide us through, Ian. But as you're letting us know, yeah, there we go, right? So lots of people have been to New York and London. So when you go to New York and London, how do you get around New York and London? You get around on the subway or the what we in London call the underground, right? We get around on the subway and the underground. And if you go down into the underground or the subway, on the wall will be what? There'll be a map, right? That map is incredibly important to help you get with where you're going. Otherwise, how the heck are you going to know where, like, are you just going to go get on a train and like hope for the best? You know, but that is actually what many people do when they're learning bass. They let the YouTube algorithm guide what they're working on, which, just let me say it out loud, is freaking batshit bonkers.
Yeah, it's true.
It's so wild to do that. That really is just like getting on a random subway or tube and hoping like you get to your destination, right? What the Full Stack Basis does is it gives you a roadmap. Like, do this, do that, go here, work on this, work on that. No, do this instead because this is more important, okay? It gives you a full roadmap to really truly level yourself as a musician, bass player, and really, you know, craft yourself into what we call a full stack musician, a full stack bass player. So so with that said, if you haven't checked it out yet, fullstackbassist.com, put the link under the chat and stuff like that so you can get it. And also listen, thank you for coming along today. We absolutely love doing these sessions.
It's so fun.
I've never done one of these sessions, especially around bassline creation, and not thought it absolutely rocked. We do not take you for granted. You guys give us the ability to do what we do, and it's really, you know, just like we are like born educators. I'm so into it. I'm so into breaking this stuff down and showing you guys sort of like how to approach this. So just thanks for giving me the opportunity to do it. Thanks for giving Ian the opportunity to do it as well, and thanks for coming on this journey with us of SBL and just being part of this bass community. I think that it's just an incredible online community. Right now, I don't know, maybe it's a certain point in history that there's like so much shit going on online and so much bullshit being talked about this, that, and the other, and the freaking news and all of that shit. Yeah. And I'm just like, get out of my face. I just want to hang out with bass players like you and have a good time creating bass lines and talk about pentatonics. It's a good time.
It's wonderful. Yeah. Thanks, you guys. So fun. Yeah, until we do this again. Yeah, and thanks to Alan behind the scenes here, who fucking pulled it out the bag today. Alan, come on. We had some technical issues behind the scene. Alan was on it. Come on. He had a little bit of a sweat going on, but he was looking good. And he's got his shorts on. Guys, take it easy. We'll see you next time. See you in a bit. Bye. Take care.